Hello everyone, Draven Edwards Productions here, and today we're going to be doing another review on one of my Christmas presents. Today's item, we're going to be taking a look at the Thomas & Friends All Engines Go Push Along Edward. Ever since this Edward model had came out, I believe around, 2023 or so, I was quite looking forward to it, and I thought that this model is pretty good. So, for quite some time, I really want to get him. And now, I finally got him for Christmas. So, let's take a look at this packaging. So, it is really nice for what it is, and you have this promo of Edward with those orange iris, and then of course the name, and then the engine itself, Fisher-Price 3+, and then the back itself, like very basic licensing information, so nothing too special. So yeah, I'll go ahead and open this Steady Eddie himself. And boom, there he is out of his packaging. Okay, here is Edward. Let's take a look at him, starting with the front of the character. So, his face is pretty accurate to the show, and his side, the back, and the other side is pretty good, and the wheel configuration is amazing. Instead of a 660, they decided to go with the OG 440 configuration, and I absolutely love it. They already started to put this wheel configuration back when the 2022 wooden railway engines came along, and now it finally come across here. So probably this looked a lot better than the original push along version, which we'll compare that later. So yeah, that's Edward. Really nice. And now onto the tender, which is nice as well. Pretty accurate to All Engines Go. Nothing much else to say about it. So yeah, awesome, really nice model. Alright, let's do the comparison between the original Push Along Edward and the All Legends Go one. And the differences is just wow. Okay, so of course the faces are different, of course. So yeah, this one is CGI styled and this one is AEG. Two completely different eras. But the biggest is the wheel configuration. I mean, the original one is a literal 600, while here it's in its correct 440 wheel arrangement, which is just crazy. Like, why didn't they do this right here when Push Along is getting introduced with these new models and such back in 2019? I'll never understand why. But yeah, it is pretty bizarre when you look at these wheel configurations from the original to this one. It is something that the original version of Edward didn't do. So, yeah. Then, of course, the names. And then, of course, the whistles, which is printed gold, which is printed. All this one is a separate piece. Even the dome itself. So, yeah, that's the comparison of the front of Edwards. And as for the tenders, yeah, the tenders are different in their own way. Oh yeah, and on mine that I got, I basically just Sharpie markered the back for the rectangle lining, and it is slowly fading away over time. That was a long time ago, since I believe 2019 or 2020. So yeah, and then the side and then the others. So yeah, pretty different. Nothing much else to say about. Okay, so which model of Edward do I think it's better? Personally, I would have to go for the All Engines Go one because of the correct wheel configuration. And I'm really proud that they decided to do this way much later. I mean, they could have easily done that with the original, but Mattel is pretty lazy during those times. So yeah, this one kind of beats the original for me. So yeah, I think that the Push Along All Engines Go Edward is a really good and solid item. And probably another one of my favorites in terms of the Push Along models. So I would have to give this model probably a 10 out of 10, just to be nice. And for the love of God, Mattel, please have this character speak in All Engines Go. He had not talked yet in the show, and you haven't even decided who is going to voice Edward in this show. I mean, seriously, these guys are not Tom and Jerry, for Christ's sakes. These guys are not supposed to be silent. Please give these guys some speaking roles. Please. Anyway, I'll go ahead and have Edward to be pulled along by Edward right here. And that's the run and a little bit of the pull of the Thomas & Friends Push Along All Engines Go Edward. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what are your thoughts on this particular version of Edward. Do you think that this Edward is better, or you're literally kind of mixed if you're still not a fan of All Engines Go. Anyways, this is Dre Edwards signing off, and I'll see you again in the next review.